Hello, and welcome to this video. Have you seen the title of the Call of Duty community versus itself? Now, if you haven't watched my last video of Activision killing Call of Duty, or pretty much is titled "How Activision has Killed Call of Duty," watch that and you'll understand more of what I'm going to speak of here in a bit. But there's something else I want to speak of, in which I could have called that, the Call of Duty. Well, not Call of Duty versus its community, but more of Activision versus its community. But that would dive into the aspects of other games that they have with, Destiny, and kind of into the aspects of Overwatch. But that's Blizzard. That's Activision, Blizzard, and Blizzard. It's a whole another story. But back to the main point of the Call of Duty community versus itself. Now, currently there is a huge uproar about Call of Duty for many reasons, and currently the top two is one, there is a pre-order PlayStation exclusive item, well, map pack that is if you've pre-ordered Black Ops 4 right now on the PlayStation Store only, you can get these four pretty much fan favorite maps on the Call of Duty 3 game. But that's the only place you can get it. There's no way to get it on Xbox, no way to get it on PC, and it's just idiotic. There's no other way to put it. People have stated many angry ways. It is just greedy, idiotic business, because Microsoft kind of had its contract with Activision. It was only timed exclusive a bit here and there, and people hated it. And then once the contract was up, they just said, "Fuck it, we're done." And then Sony took it, showing how idiotic they are. Because as it's come more and more apparent, it's less of a come to our console, we have this stuff early. It's more of a if you don't get this game on our console, you won't get this content earlier as everybody else. So fuck you. It's basically what it is. Sony needs to realize that. But of course, Sony, let's be real, they may make money, but they're idiots at making. They're idiots at the kind of way they make their money. If you don't believe me, look at the whole aspects of the reason they say they don't allow cross-platform play on their games, like say Microsoft does with PC or with Switch with Minecraft, Fortnite, Rocket League. They say it's because it's the business aspects in which they see themselves going to be losing money, which seems stupid, being that they are the highest selling console out there right now, with the most highest selling exclusive games, really. So being that they're just keeping cross-platform play out of it, is idiotic. Just like this whole aspects of having this contract, which is supposedly supposed to end later this year. Now, as I stated before, the only way to just get this DLC for Black Ops 3, which is supposedly coming out to Black Ops 4 as well. I'm not sure if it's a Sony exclusive or if it's an all-platform exclusive via pre-order. But you can only pre-order it on PlayStation's network, on its online aspects of digital. The only way you can get it is pre-ordering Black Ops 4 digitally. So not are they really segregating their fan base overall with consoles and PC, they're segregating their own actual console by the aspects of you can't even pre-order it in, say, a Walmart or a Target or a GameStop. No, you have to do it digitally. And that is one of the reasons why the community is up in a row right now with that. And the other one is this whole season pass. Way in which they've had a season pass in Call of Duty is that they had it to where it's like you get all the DLC of the maps free, pretty much once you buy the season pass, that is, or you can individually buy the DLC themselves, because they come out in packs. There's usually 3 to 4 packs, and within each pack is 4 to 5 maps, mainly being 4 multiplayer maps and 1 the co-op, mainly stuff being like zombies. But you should buy them individually if you want to. And the thing is, the reason they said that they're doing no longer that way, and the only way you can get this stuff with a season pass, is so that they can stop segregating their community. Because people would usually buy like the first 2 packs, or supposedly from what I've heard, the main packs people buy are the first and the third pack, and they don't buy the second and the fourth, whatever. The argument there is it's still idiotic, because you're still breaking up the community, because you still have to buy the season pass to get these maps. The only way to play the zombies maps is to get the season pass, or as it's called, the Black Ops Pass. Now, that's one of the reasons why an uproar is because, you know, you see all these other developers and producers seeing, you know, the whole season pass thing is just a way of the past, you know, being that we are in the digital age of microtransactions, that you no longer need to have a season pass to get money after release. You know, you don't have to segregate your community anymore. I mean, I guess stated many times in other videos between Activision and of what would be EA, I guess. You know, of these two companies, which one to do it first with their big game of Call of Duty and Battlefield to remove the season pass to stop breaking up the community is really going to get the overall group. And so far, it's kind of teetering over towards Battlefield, you know. Maybe this year it's not going to teeter much, but next year if they stay the same way with their business practice, it's gonna just teeter harder and harder, you know. Call of Duty on itself is on a decline of sales, and it's just not helping with this kind of shit, you know. They've been on decline for a long time, and the reason why I bring some other stuff up, like I would say of the single player, you know, a lot of people are in uproar about that there is no single player in Call of Duty, but I thought that was smart business because of their sales being on decline and everything. They're probably losing money because I've stated in other stuff of Call of Duty, you know, they had Kevin Spacey in one game, they had Kit Harington who plays Jon Snow in the Game of Thrones show. You know, how much did it really cost them to get those actors, you know, for their time, for their seems of their portrayal of the characters in mocap and everything, you know, not just, you know, reading lines on the script. They were most likely mocap and doing all that stuff, you know. They just didn't come in the studio and read the lines and just be whatever and maybe get scanned here or there, you know. I mean, how much money did they put into single players over the past couple of years and lose money, you know? But I digress. You know, like I said, that was probably that is actually one of the people in uproar, but as I said, I thought that was maybe smart business practice because they were probably losing money. But the season pass, like I said, in this day and age of microtransactions, it's not smart business practice. But of course, you're probably wondering now, as I've been ranting on, how does this follow up into the aspects of what you're talking about, of the title of the video of the Call of Duty community versus itself? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because, as I've seen many people bitching and complaining about these business practice of Call of Duty, of these gamers who, for the most part, put up videos of them playing Call of Duty in different ways of content, they are still pre-ordering Black Ops 4. And I have to state factually, you guys are fucking stupid. Seriously, you are part of the problem. And here's why. Because, as I have stated, Activision is nothing but a bunch of greedy fucking idiots. But you're allowing them to be these greedy fucking idiots because, as I stated in my last video of Activision killing off Call of Duty, you need to be smart and, you know, vote with your wallets. You know, you need to tell them, you know, no more. It doesn't matter if you do or do not buy the season pass. Even, you know, whatever. You know, if you think about buying it later when you see all this okay content, the moment you bought that game, pre-ordered it, and you're set into place, especially digitally, you gave up your right to complain because they don't give a shit at that point. Seriously, the moment you give them their money, they're like, whatever, think whatever you want. You know, because no matter how they get your money, as long as they get your money, they couldn't care less. They couldn't give a fuck what you think about their game, about their business practice, as long as they got that money from you. So as much as you want to bitch and complain here, the moment you've pre-ordered these games, I've seen a lot of these people talking and, you know, bitching about this business practice and then saying, well, I am pre-ordering the game. You're part of the problem. And you know what? I saw that last year as being, you know, when I pre-ordered Call of Duty World War II, it's like, this seems like it's, you know, they're going to get better than I saw this year. It's like, no, they're not, because I saw this last year as I bitched and complained about their business practice of the way that you could only play the beta from pre-order. It's just shitty business practice, and they've, again, this year, you cannot play the beta without pre-ordering the game. You can't get this DLC unless you have a PlayStation account, unless you have a PlayStation 4, unless you pre-order it digitally on the PlayStation Store. And you can't play any of the DLC content unless you get the season pass. And granted, it is, you know, $10 less this year than last year, but still, that doesn't help the problem. The problem is they're still segregating the community. And the problem is you still keep buying into their shit. Like I said, it doesn't matter whether or not you get this pass, even if you think about maybe getting later. You know, if the moment you give them your money, your argument becomes invalid. Period. Because you still gave them your money. Period. That is fact. Because as it's been stated many times, these companies don't give a shit about you unless it comes to the money. So, if you really want to tell them to stop with this stupid shit, even if nobody buys the season pass, which I highly doubt that's ever going to be a thing, because people are still going to buy the fucking season pass so they can play these fucking maps, just don't buy the game. Don't pre-order it. Don't do it. No, like I said, a lot of these people are just like, the only content they put, for the most part, out there is Call of Duty. We're saying, well, how am I going to put out content then? There are other games, stupid. There's other ways to make content. Video games is not the only one. Look at me. I'm talking to you on a camera. There's other ways to make content. And people will say, well, I'm going to lose, my fan base. Well, they weren't your fans to begin with if you change up your content and they too much give a shit that you did so. Because if they see what you're doing and understand why you're doing it and agree with you, they would do the same. It's like, I agree with him. This is business. This is shitty business practice. I'm not gonna buy into it. I'm not gonna give him any of my money. He's giving us else, good content in other games or in other ways. You don't have to be a Call of Duty gamer forever. You don't. Because as I've stated with the franchise, it seems to be dying. Call of Duty might not be a thing in 3 fucking years. Seriously. With Activision continuing this shitty business practice, they might not do it next year. Hopefully they will end it this year before the game comes out. But then again, they have these, digital deluxe editions to ensure, you get the season pass. And it's the only way to currently get the season pass. You can't get the season pass outside of these digital deluxe editions or just deluxe editions in general until probably after the release of the game. But we shouldn't wait till then to see how, you're losing money, people. Just don't buy the game. Just don't. A lot of people just, are saying, well, I can't get, there's content out there if you, what would be a reviewer or anything, You can still be a reviewer without really getting this content because you realize it's not good business practice and I shouldn't give into it. I am not going to buy the game, as best as you can. I would say, you can't really review a game without playing the game, true, but, people are bitching and complaining about this business practice, and as I said many times through this video, vote with your wallets. Activision doesn't give a shit about you unless it comes to the money, And if you don't pre-order the game, they don't get your money, and they hear you loud and clear that we shouldn't be doing this, I don't care what kind of content creator you are. You don't have to be, like I said, a Call of Duty content creator forever. You can change shit up. That's the thing about life, As it's been stated by many people, and it's such a beautiful statement. Variety is the spice of life. So don't just think of yourself as just a Call of Duty creator on YouTube. You can be so much more. You can. What would say of Ninja right now? He's a Fortnite creator, but he doesn't have to be forever, He can do whatever else he wants, and people will still like him for it, You don't have to be a certain creator to really, be creating content. You can be whatever you want, Granted, you can be a Call of Duty creator, but if you truly think this is a shitty business practice, and you just don't want to give him any money, don't. I've said it again, many times, as many others. Vote with your wallets, because that's the only thing these businesses give a shit about. Because in the end, as I've stated in other videos, I understand video games are a business, and this is a business, and you need to be smart about how you give your money to this business, because you are the consumer. If you don't want this business to be practicing the way they are, don't give them any money at all. Just don't. Just say no. Say no more, because that's what I'm doing, as I stated in my last video. But in the end, if you buy into this game and you hate everything about it, you are part of the problem. That's just factual. That's fact. Because, I'll state it again, Activision, EA, a lot of these companies don't give a fuck what you think, what the fuck you say. As long as they get your money, I mean, granted, a lot of these other developers and producers have listened and have changed things up, as it seems that Call of Duty is the only real game that still has this season pass practice where it involves having maps and everything. The only way to, play these maps is to buy the season pass. It's just old business that doesn't need to exist anymore in this day and age of microtransactions and other ways to earn money after sale of the game, after the release of the game. So in the end, Call of Duty community, if you want them to stop the shitty business practice, don't buy the game. Vote with your wallets. Because in the end, if you do pre-order this game, if you do buy it, and you hate everything about it, if you hate the season pass, you hate all their business practice, factually speaking, you are part of the problem. You just are. Because you're still giving them your money. And as I stated before, it doesn't matter how they get your money. As long as they get your money, that's all that matters to these companies. That's it, That's just fact. So, just don't give them any money, man. Just don't. Put that wallet down, put the credit card aside, and tell them no. I'm done.